Hi, Trisha. Is it Trick or Trish? Hi, good evening. It's Wellness Wednesday. It's Wellness Wednesday. I'm off. It's Self Care Saturday, and it's also time for our daily reading. So that is what we are about to do. It's in the week. On the weekends, we go on in the evening. So welcome in. If you have never seen me live, my name is Coach Kenya. Hi, Apple user. And I go live daily sharing ways that we can face our fears and face our fronts and also address issues that may be holding us bondage on our weight loss and wellness journey. I used to weigh 592 pounds. Now I don't. And I like to share with you some of the things I've done to keep that stuff off. So today we'll be reading day 72 of David Komalafi, Fear Not, 365 Days of Fear Not. And then will be reading February the 15th, Melanie Beatty. And that topic is going to be Ask the Universe for Help. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome in. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Thanks so much for being here. Nita, Cassandra, Nancy, Beverly, welcome in. Welcome in Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Hey, TikTok. Okay, ready to get started? I know it's the evening. I know people got stuff to do. So without further ado, I don't want to stop you. I don't want to keep you too long. I want to make sure that you can go back to what you were doing. As I mentioned before, I do come live frequently, so this is kind of what I do. So I'm going to just get started. I was waiting for a few people to come in. I usually try to wait for my team to hop on with me when I'm going live, so I wanted to do that. All right. So as usual, I always feature a topic or a nugget for the subject of the day. And today is Self Care Saturday. So, of course, we are focusing on self care, self love, and self belief. And it's kind of been the theme all week this week was addressing our self belief and making sure that the boundaries that we've set in our lives, we ourselves honor those boundaries. It's not a boundary if you don't honor it. If you let anyone break the boundary, then it's a boundary. So it's important that when we are detaching with love and learning to walk our wellness and our health journeys, that we are doing it authentically all the way through, not just weight loss, but everything else that comes with it. And of course, as always, we have our featured 3-piece resistance bands tonight on sale for you. So as always, there's always a perk here. I'm either giving away a free something or offering a discount on one of the services we offer. Just hop on over to my profile and grab those. Today will be quick and sweet, so let's do it. All right, here we go. Hi, Natty. Hi, Naturally Tawny. Hey, Kitty. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, day 72. It is written, but fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel. For behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of thy captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Jeremiah 46:27. Fear threatens your peace and security, so stand strong. I refuse to tremble for fear. In Jesus' name, I overcome the threats of fear through the blood of Jesus in Jesus' name. Now, as many of you guys know, these two books are two of the books that we use along in my personal journal. So if you've grabbed my personal journal, you'll see affirmations at the bottom and you'll see areas where you can actually write your thoughts from the daily readings that we do together. So our focus today, the principle is fear threatens your peace and security, so stand strong. So today we're looking at how fear can actually threaten your sense of security and safety, okay? So that's the key. Welcome in, Sean and Honey. Welcome in so much. So that's the key to today, what we're looking at. And remember, we're always looking at a different aspect of this thing called fear, because fear can show up in different forms. It doesn't have to be like I'm frightened. It can be I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm lonely. Fear can show up in other forms from other things that we might not know. So it's okay for us to take a deep dive and try to get to those things, okay? February 16th. So it says, February 15th says, ask the universe for help. You have come so far. You have learned to ask for help from people when you need it. You have learned to ask God as you understand God, for help too. Now you're entering into a relationship with the universe, an active, vital, living relationship. Now you can learn to ask the universe for help as well. Thank you for the likes. Talk to the universe. Talk aloud if you can. Say, show me, guide me, lead me, help me. This is what I want. This is what I need. Say, show me which road to follow, where to go, and what to do. Yes, talk to people. Talk to God. They are part of the universe and world and the world we live in. But talk aloud to the universe too. Then listen to your inner voice. Hear what it says and what you hear. Hear what it says and trust what you hear. Answers come in many ways, from many sources, many places. But if the answer is right for you, your heart will know and it will feel true. Talk to the universe, ask it for help, then listen to your heart, because that quiet voice is how the universe talks to you. Mm. And if I remember correctly, that principle was fear threatens your peace and security. And today we looked at speaking out loud and asking the universe for what we want, what we need, what we want to see. Huh? So this is a beautiful thing. This is beautiful. Queen, welcome in. It's good to see you. It's evening. It's Saturday. It's our evening reading. Christy and Hope. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? No questions so far? I just want to give you some encouragement today. It's Self-Care Saturday. I've actually been resting. I actually had to be up early this morning to do some stuff for some errands and take the girls to a birthday party. And so I was a little tired because that was like all day, and then it's snow and cold here. So I'm just like, ah. So I am actually sitting in my room watching TV and working a little bit. And that's all I have for today. But don't forget to click the link. And of course, if you have any questions, just shoot me a message. But click the link in my bio if you want to know more about my story. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't have anything for today. I encourage you to go do something before the day's over for yourself. Maybe read a book, call a friend you haven't talked to in a while, pick up the Bible, read a Bible verse, listen to a song, dance in the mirror like nobody's watching. Watch an old movie like Flashdance or one of those old movies. You remember how movies used to make you feel better? Watch one of those. Yeah, Queen. I've only been on, I think, maybe 10 minutes today. Thank you, Doretta Arian. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't gonna stay on that long. It wasn't really. I didn't want to bother. It's Saturday and people be with their families, and I didn't want to be on here bothering y'all. I know y'all got stuff to do. Thank you so much for the likes, beautiful. I know y'all got stuff y'all be doing. So, you did. Oh my goodness, I actually did both readings and introduced and everything. Hmm. I don't like that you just got the notification. Hmm. Hi, JK. But okay, so let's do this. I'll do maybe 5 more minutes of questions if there's any. If there's any. Oh, the reception. Yeah. Yeah, that you know what? I just figured that out about hotels that their reception ain't good. Because I always immediately hop on use one of my hotspots or something like that. So I'm always trying to have because I can't just get on anybody's. I have to be safe with my phone because one of my phones is the business. But I was not recently, but when I went to California for my nephew, the hotel was in, it didn't have good reception, so I kept having to walk outside. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And thank you for the likes and for the new followers. I just saw some of you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you on this platform and on this platform and on this platform and on this platform. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to you all. Thank you so much, Doretta. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very grateful. Thank you guys so much. Massive love. So if you follow me on my TikTok shop, you'll know that I actually have a regular TikTok page that I've had for a long, long time, for since I think 2020, and that I go live on there more and I work over there more. This page, how do I manage my cravings? Doretta, I use a detox tea that helps keep your tongue detoxifies, so it cuts the urges and the cravings down beautiful. The tea is actually, I don't know if I've made it. Yeah, there's a couple videos of me making it, but it's basically got ionic supreme, cleanse for life, and leaf of a mint, um the juice of a lemon, 3 tablespoons of honey, and 2 teaspoons of ginger, 8 ounces of hot water, and then you can cool it down with ice afterwards. And then you're going to add in your Ionic Supreme and your Cleanse for Life. Those are nutritional supplements, and they actually help detoxify your tongue naturally using nutrition instead of dehydrating the body. And so you're going to excrete those toxins through urine instead of poop, activating your biliary tract. And so my team drinks that once in the morning and once at night, and that helps control the body's cravings, right? Because remember, your tongue has a thing going on, your brain has a thing going. Now, as for mental cravings, I teach my team a couple of different techniques depending on where their cravings are being centered from. And then I teach them a couple techniques that's actually behavioral so that you don't respond to the craving, right? It's one thing to ignore it and not buy it, but some people get in the car and go to it. And so the best way to do that is to actually create behaviors that block the thought and switch the energy to something else. And then the third thing that you can do is try to lessen your food sensory in your environment. You're welcome. And what I mean by food sensory is a lot of people like cooking shows and tend to watch a lot of TV that's food based, and that actually can increase your emotional cravings because the mind can crave and the body can crave. And so what you want to do is be sure you're not actually triggering your mental concerns around food. If you have issues with compulsions, obsessions, cravings like that, those things are actually related to your mental health. So it's really, really, really important that you are doing the mental health work when you're on a weight loss and wellness journey. Do not leave your mindset out. Don't leave your mental health out. That depression and anxiety, baby, it'll come back no matter how small them waist are, okay? So you really want to address everything, though. Your whole body is worth it. You're not just your waistline, your entire body, including your mind, deserves to be overhauled, transformed, to your mind deserves to lose weight too. So if you're losing weight in your body, be sure that you attach that mindset to it so that that mindset can grow and be enhanced, and so that you can have more emotional sobriety. So the more you practice those behavioral techniques that I mentioned and do weight loss meditation, you begin to grow and enhance your emotional sobriety and your connectedness with your body. So what happens if if a craving is driven by emotions, when you are more emotionally regulated, you have less cravings. If the craving is emotional, which means stress doesn't make you stress eat because you know that it's a stressor that's not related to food and that you're not hungry. But you actually have to find the grooming triggers that you yourself set up in order to stop it. So it's a little bit of system, but it's so worth the work and it's worth the effort. I've been working with myself and women for over 10 years doing it. There's a whole team of us that work really diligently at showing women these techniques and helping them heal and feel better and truly fight this challenge. Obesity isn't just a fad. People aren't trying to get attention. It's a real live monster that has to be attacked in all areas. And I try to provide a safe space for people to do that. So thank you guys so much for tapping in, and thank you for your questions, Miss Doretta. I got you right back, Queen. Hold on, I be hitting the wrong button. Got you, boo. Thank you, Bellamy, and my peoples are here. Thank you for tapping in and asking a question tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Oh, you're so welcome. Mhm. Do you crave mostly at night, love bug? Do you find that your cravings are? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Have you ever worked with like a someone just for the craving and the emotional eating? You know, it's like food counseling and therapy is a little bit different than regular therapy. Well, if what I've said sounds familiar, Miss Doretta, please will you send me a message? I have no. We can talk a little bit more and see if we would be a good fit, because you sound like I work with mostly older women. If you're new here, I work with mostly women. I'm older. I just be looking young, okay? But y'all know I'm old like dirt, okay? So I really work with women that are more in my niche, are older retired women, mothers, wives with grandchildren. These women are probably usually about to retire or just retired. I love our community. They're more a mature audience. So I think our oldest community member right now is 76. So we're a more distinguished audience. So we don't have some of the same layout as you typically see in communities. But my program is actually an intensive outpatient coaching program that provides a therapeutic base for women just like you, Miss Doretta, who know about weight loss. We know about health and wellness. I myself am a retired behaviorist and professional counselor. I know about mental health, but at the time I couldn't tap into it for me. So I had to find somebody that could help me see me, right? And so even today now, I have coaches, I have therapists, I have sponsors. Why? Because in order for me to do what I do, I have to be in someone else's face saying, please help me, please save me, please show me, please guide me. And the reason why I even uh-huh. Yep, amen. And I actually have four other coaches that I already work with. I mean, we work in that because the thing is, just like I have a coach, I coach coaches, right? Because we all look for that person that can help us reach into that part of us where we struggle a little bit more than others. When I first started, because I believe in counseling, I've always been about that. I never had a problem saying when they told me, "Oh, you qualify for Al-Anon." Okay, they said, "Oh, you qualify for alcoholism because you drink for the because alcohol turns into sugar. Y'all know that, right?" So when I couldn't overeat, I would overdrink. See, I could educate y'all so much. I had y'all on here crazy. That liquor turned down the sugar. That's why some of y'all rather have a glass of liquor, a glass of wine before bed. That's just like them snacks you was eating. It's not different. Don't be delusional about the behavior. Remember, it's the behavior that's getting you caught up. It's not actually what you're putting in your body. It's the behavior and reasoning behind it. That's what makes us do it so consistently and become addicted to it. That's why you can taste the wine and really like it. And if you're not careful, you'll be going to the store every day drinking that whole bottle of wine every night until you stop yourself, because the wine is increasing that dopamine and epinephrine uptake every night after work. If you're coming home stressed, it's bringing you out of that. Your body is feeling it. Your body likes it. You like it, but you don't realize that what you're doing to get your body out of that becomes addictive nature, right? How do you de-stress from work? It should never be with food or drink. Never. Not unless you go into a happy hour. But if you're coming home and debriefing with food and drink, that's how you end up like this, because that's what I did for 10 years. I debriefed with food, and every chance I got. Every chance I got, I was eating. If I was sad, I'm eating. If I miss you, I'm eating. If I'm lonely, I'm eating. If I'm happy, I'm eating. And that's the one that would get me. When I was celebrating, I would really, really dive in onto the eating, because no one is going to say anything if you're celebrating, right? So they let you eat the 5, 6, 7, 8 cookies, 4 servings of the food, 5 or 6 drinks. Nobody's saying anything because we're celebrating. But if it was something sad, somebody would start watching and be like, girl, you full yet? Because it's sad. You see that energy? So we have to be able to see all these kind of grooming situational setups that may not be beneficial for us. And then we act accordingly to protect ourselves, Miss Doretta. So yes, there's nothing wrong with saying, I need help, baby. I, I will call my Al-Anon sponsor in a minute, because I know that my thoughts are part of my problem. I know that if I get sad enough, I'll respond. And if I get mad enough, I'll respond. And if I get glad enough, I'll respond. So all the things that makes a normal person just feel that way makes me either want to eat or not eat. Ooh. So if this sounds like you have not been crazy all these years. This is really a thing. And for some people, it turns into a food disorder. And for some people, it turns into a food addiction. And for me, I have both. I've suffered from bulimia and purging since I was about 10 years old. It is always a demon. Because even today, if I'm not careful and I think I'm too full, my mind will think, oh, just go throw up. And I have to stop myself because I don't do that anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. But that came with years and years of reprogramming my brain. The same energy that I gave the scale to get the inches off is the same energy I have to give my mind to get away from the behaviors and habits that have driven the pain-stricken lifestyle that I lived for almost 25 years. It wasn't just what was happening to me right now. It was all the stuff that had already happened to me when I was younger. So everything that happened today just added to the pain I was already trying to survive through. It showed up in over helping, over giving, overdoing, overthinking, over pleasing. My disease showed up in pleasing people, sacrificing myself on this cross, on the stake, for the sake of others, knowing that they would never do the same for me. I had to learn that I no longer could do that. So today I get to understand, my beautiful friend Doretta, that it's okay if we ask somebody else for help. It's okay if we gotta seek outside services. And it's okay if we're an expert in the field and we need somebody to come in and help us too. Right? Did you know doctors go to doctors? You know, doctors don't treat themselves. So just remember that. Remember, as a health professional, as a weight loss coach, as a therapist, as a counselor, as a substance abuse specialist, in any of those areas, if you're feeling depressed, sad, lonely, hurt, broken, like you failed and not succeeded, there is someone for you that's waiting to help you too. Because doctors see doctors, lawyers go to lawyers, teachers seek to be taught too. There's no area where one person is in a position where the pastor's your favorite pastor, the one you listen to every Sunday, you know that he has a spiritual advisor he goes to. That's not God. You see what I'm saying? Everybody goes to somebody in some form. So don't be afraid for you to seek out and get what you need to be a better version of yourself when you can see it. It's different when we don't know yet, right? When we don't know yet, when we can't see it, when we can't put our finger on it, then it makes sense to kind of struggle. But once we become aware, once we become familiar, once we can evaluate it to elevate, then we do just that. We get the revelation of it, then we evaluate it, and then we begin to remove to elevate. We rise. That's it. We put 27 and 11 together, and we do it every day, a little bit at a time. My girls will tell you all they have to do is a little bit at a time. A little bit each day, a little bit each day, a little bit each day. And what ends up happening is they get comfortable doing 2 or 3 things, and then they add another, and they add another. And before they know it, the whole lifestyle that they're living is a new lifestyle. It's not where they started, it's where they're going. It's about being willing to transition everything in your environment so that it supersedes anything else. Meaning, I transform my entire life, not just how I eat, not just going to the gym, but I change the things I listen to, the things I'm doing. I don't let people talk negatively. I'm fueling my mind with positivity. If I already know scientifically that there's some strange hundreds of thousands of negative thoughts floating into my brain every day, then my job is to wake up and be on with the positivity. I gotta try. I gotta be willing to try. Even when I'm hurt, I have to be willing to step back and say, okay, you know what? I don't like what's happening, but I don't have to be around that person. I don't have to experience none of their presence. I can do my thing and I can avoid them. I don't have to keep going back to be abused over and over. I don't have to keep allowing you to hurt me over and over or to downplay it and make me feel like I'm stupid when I approach you about it. It clearly says that we no longer have to do that. Since we don't have to do that anymore, we can then alleviate and transform also that portion of our life. They teach us to detach with love. It says I can love you, I can respect you, I can treat you kind and nicely, but I get to detach from you. It says that I no longer will preserve emotional energy related to you or anything about you. It means that when I see you, I will speak to you, but you do not exist in my brain. I've detached. I've made a choice to protect myself. And we all have to learn to do the same. Self preservation is the most undervalued thing in the world. You have to learn to preserve your own heart and your mind. Our people around you and the individuals that you interact with will dump their mess on you, and you will become overwhelmed, saddened, and broken for stuff that was no reason. It is okay to say, I detach with love, and I choose to preserve myself. I choose to preserve where I'm at. I choose to preserve the peace I feel today. I do not choose to engage or interact with anything that makes me feel less than a person. I don't want to be around anything that makes me not feel whole. I've grown up around so many false and fake people. I'm tired of it. I don't want to be around it, you guys. I would rather stand alone than to stand in a space where I have to pray the demons out of you around me. Okay? Detach with love. Detach with love. That's today's self-care advice and nugget. Detach with love and know that you are worth it. You are worth the work, and you are meant to be valued. It's not, there's no law written anywhere that says you're supposed to be called out of your name, mistreated, degraded. Anybody's supposed to say sly comments to you. There's no word written in the Bible where it says that's supposed to be acceptable. Therefore, you don't have to accept it. And I'll leave you with that. So today, detach with love and self preserve. Be willing to preserve. Thank you so much, TikTok.